Hey Gem Hunter, did you know that your backyard could be hiding million-dollar diamonds? That's right, diamonds. And no, this isn't a fairy tale. It could be a reality within your reach. Imagine the thrill of discovering a precious gem right in the soil of your own yard, without leaving home. No expensive equipment, and no advanced knowledge required. You might literally be walking on a fortune and not even know it. Sounds crazy? But the truth is, what you call regular dirt could actually be a treasure field just waiting to be uncovered. In this video, I'm going to reveal simple but powerful secrets to help you spot the clues nature leaves behind and start hunting for diamonds and gemstones all around you. Are you ready to change the way you see your garden? Don't miss the chance to turn your land into a gold mine. Keep watching, because you're going to want to know how to find million-dollar diamonds right beneath your feet. As big cities grow and the modern world spreads, nature, quiet and constant, continues to hide its most precious treasures in the most unlikely places. And you, in your daily routine, probably walk right by them without even noticing. Have you? Ever stop to think that beneath your feet there could be something as valuable as diamonds, rare stones, or precious crystals? It sounds like fiction, but it's not. And the best part is that these discoveries don't require long trips or expensive equipment. They could happen right there in your backyard or the land next to your house. Nature, with all its wisdom, has the power to hold secrets that only those willing to look at things differently can uncover. Imagine the thrill of stumbling upon something in the middle of your routine that could change your life forever, without even leaving your spot. But to do that, you need to know what to look for and how to interpret the signs the earth gives. In our ancient times, treasure hunters had to rely on their instincts and sharp eyes to detect what was hidden. But today, things haven't changed that much. What you need is a keen eye, an understanding of the clues nature provides. And what many don't know is that the soil we walk on can be a real treasure map. From tree roots to layers of earth moved by rainfall, everything tells a story. In fact, your garden, which many see as just a regular patch of dirt, could be where precious stones like rubies, amethysts, or even diamonds are hidden. And this isn't an empty promise. Throughout history, many incredible discoveries have been made in the most unexpected places, and your turn could be closer than you think. If this content has sparked your curiosity and you're ready to hear the secrets I'm about to reveal, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Did you know that it's possible to find diamonds and other precious stones in your own backyard? That's right. The soil around your home could be hiding real treasures like topaz, quartz, amethyst, and even diamonds. In some parts of the world, these minerals can be found without the need for deep digging. All you need is a keen eye and the knowledge to spot nature's clues. You don't need to be an experienced miner to make these discoveries. All it takes is being a good observer. What seems like just ordinary land could actually be hiding rare stones, waiting for you to find them. Many incredible discoveries have happened in gardens and backyards where people, by pure chance, have stumbled upon valuable gems. But how do you know where to look? The first step in the search for precious stones is understanding how the soil around your home works. Precious stones don't just scatter randomly. They tend to concentrate in specific areas. For example, near large rocks or mounds of earth that have been recently disturbed, like on hillsides or around old trees. This happens because stones are naturally moved by time and the forces of nature, like rainwater, which drags minerals closer to the surface. In higher ground or more isolated areas, the chances of finding these valuable crystals are even greater. Plus, if the soil is naturally rich in minerals, your chances of finding something valuable increase significantly. Nature has a unique way of revealing its secrets, and that's where detailed observation comes in. The key to finding precious stones is knowing how to look at what seems like just another piece of ordinary land. Those small clues you might overlook in your daily routine, those tiny holes, seemingly common stones, or areas where the vegetation grows differently. All of these signs can be clues about what's hidden there. Often, tree roots or certain types of plants can indicate the presence of minerals as they seek nutrients in the soil. And sometimes, they end up revealing crystals or gemstones as they grow. Also, fungi and certain insects that move through mineral-rich soil can leave clues about where to look. Nature is like a giant library of secrets, and if you know how to read the signs, you'll be one step closer to finding something extraordinary. So now, the big question: where do you begin the search? The first step is definitely to prepare yourself properly. You won't need expensive equipment, just patience and simple tools, like a small shovel, a magnifying glass, and a brush to gently clear away dirt and avoid damaging any potential finds. When you start exploring, don't rush. Take your time with each area, especially around old trees, hillsides, and places where the soil has been recently disturbed by rain. If you find something that seems out of the ordinary or catches your attention, examine it carefully. Every small detail could be the clue that leads you to your next big treasure. So start exploring the soil around you today. Who knows? The next big diamond might be waiting for you right under your feet. Before we continue, share with us if you've ever had a curious experience with stones or minerals in your garden. And don't forget to like the video. Now that you know your garden could be hiding precious stones, the next step is understanding how to act and where to search. First, it's essential to pay closer attention to the land around you. The first tip is to focus on specific areas like near large rocks, boulders, or even hillsides. These spots often concentrate valuable minerals, which can be dragged to the surface by rain and wind. Also, tree roots can be your best allies in this search since they dig deep into the soil for nutrients and sometimes end up pulling crystals or gemstones to the surface. But patience is key. The observation process may take time and require a healthy dose of curiosity. Walk slowly and examine every corner of your garden, because even the smallest signs can lead to extraordinary discoveries. The tools you use will also make a big difference. To start, you don't need heavy or expensive equipment. A small shovel, a magnifying glass, and a soft brush will be enough to dig without damaging any stones you find. The brush, for instance, is essential for gently clearing the dirt and revealing what's hidden. When you find something that looks interesting, use the magnifying glass to examine the stone more closely. Often, what seems like a simple rock can actually be a hidden gemstone in disguise. Another important point is having a good idea of what to look for. Precious stones like diamonds, topaz, and quartz have visible characteristics like shine and transparency. So even if you can't identify them all yet, you'll at least know how to recognize the difference between a common stone and one that could be rare. Additionally, a great place to search is areas where the soil has been recently disturbed, such as construction sites or places where the earth has been turned by rain. Sometimes nature has already done the work for you, and all you need to do is be attentive to what's left behind after these changes. Also, check areas where the soil is looser, like around old trees or in land that isn't frequently cultivated. Natural shifts like erosion or deep root growth often expose valuable minerals as the earth moves and adjusts. If you find an area with signs of movement or stones that seem out of place, it's worth investigating further. The more you search, the more you'll understand nature's patterns and start seeing your garden in a completely new light. Patience will be your greatest ally. The search for precious stones is a detailed observation process that requires a lot of practice. Don't rush, because the best treasures usually appear for those who take their time and pay attention to the soil. If you get excited about the small finds, that will only increase your chances of discovering something even more valuable. Who knows, the next diamond, ruby, or amethyst could be waiting for you right next to your house. Now that you know how and where to look, start your journey and share in the comments what you found. Nature is full of surprises. You just have to be willing to see them. Often precious stones aren't just visible at first glance. They can be found through more subtle natural signs that, if observed carefully, could lead you right to them. These signs might be in places you never imagined, like in tree roots. Deep roots, especially from old trees or in areas with mineral-rich soil, can pull precious stones that are hidden deeper beneath the surface. But it doesn't stop there. Fungi, plants, and even certain insects can be important indicators that you're in a mineral-rich area. For example, fungi often grow in soils with high nutrient concentration, and these nutrients are frequently linked to valuable minerals, like precious stones. Insects, like ants and beetles, migrate to areas with high mineral content and can thus indicate perfect spots to search for these buried treasures. Do you see how nature, almost magically, leaves valuable clues for those who know how to observe them? Now, if you really want to improve your chances of finding these stones, pay attention to the small details of your environment. Old trees and abundant vegetation, for example, might indicate that the soil around them is extremely fertile and mineral-rich, increasing the likelihood of finding something valuable. A good example of this is the dense vegetation around rivers or mountain areas, where minerals naturally accumulate over the years. Another essential tip is to look for signs of disturbed soil. If you find small holes or exposed roots, the soil has likely been altered, which could indicate that precious stones are closer to the surface. And here's a trick from old-time prospectors. They used the behavior of certain animals to pinpoint promising spots. So if you see a lot of insects or plants growing in peculiar ways, that could be a sign that you're in a fertile place to find rare stones. Isn't it fascinating how nature reveals its secrets? Now that you know where to look, share in the comments if you've ever noticed any of these signs around your own home. How many times have you walked past a simple patch of dirt and never noticed what could be hidden beneath your feet? Life often teaches us to ignore the details, to focus on what's obvious, without seeing the treasures around us. But when we start seeing the world differently, something magical happens. We begin to understand that everything around us has potential, even things that seem simple or insignificant. Imagine that when you look at the ground, you see not just dirt, but an opportunity. An opportunity to transform what seemed ordinary into something extraordinary. The same logic applies to precious stones. What looks like just a rock in the way, when analyzed the right way, can reveal itself to be a rare diamond. The real emotional transformation happens when we can look beyond the surface, understand the value of what's in front of us, and change the way we see the world and our opportunities. This careful and attentive eye is what separates those who Find treasures from those who simply overlook them. Often, true wealth isn't in what we find, but in our ability to see opportunities where others see just another patch of land. And this process of transformation is like a garden. It takes time, patience, and dedication. The gardener doesn't expect the flowers to bloom overnight, and the treasure hunter doesn't expect precious stones to just appear. The value is in each step taken, each piece of earth turned, and each moment of discovery. When we begin to cultivate this vision of what's around us, our lives transform because we start to see the value in what was once invisible. Just like a miner finds diamonds in a rough stone, you can find life's greatest opportunities in the little things right in front of you, waiting to be uncovered. If you want to learn everything about precious stones, from the basics to advanced techniques on how to identify and extract them, be sure to check out our practical guide from beginner to advanced. The link is in the description, and this complete material will teach you step by step how to transform your perspective on precious stones. Don't miss the chance to take the next step on your journey of discovery. Now that you're ready to dive into this fascinating world, how about starting to apply everything you've learned so far? If you're truly ready to turn your backyard into a treasure field, it's time to take the first step. Nature is full of opportunities just waiting to be discovered, and with the tips I've shared, you're more than ready to start your journey. So, if you're excited about the possibility of finding diamonds or other precious stones in your own yard, drop a "I see the treasures" in the comments. That'll show how committed you are to the search, and maybe even inspire others to start their own journey. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any updates. I'll keep bringing you exclusive tips and much more about the fascinating world of precious stones. And if you don't have our complete guide yet, hurry and grab it from the link in the description. It's packed with everything you need, from the basics to advanced techniques, so you'll know exactly how to identify, dig, and assess precious stones safely and efficiently. Don't miss this chance to change your perspective on what's around you. Ready for the transformation? Like, share, and subscribe to keep the discovery journey going. You're closer than ever to uncovering true riches hidden all around you. But what you don't know yet is that the real transformation begins when you start seeing stones with new eyes. The ground you walk on every day could be full of surprises, and often, stones that seem ordinary have the potential to be worth millions. That common stone in your garden could be worth millions. Learn how to identify it now. If you're curious to learn more about how to identify these precious stones and discover the hidden value in your own backyard, don't miss what's on your screen right now. Take this chance to learn how to turn something simple into a treasure. Nature is full of secrets waiting to be revealed, and your next discovery could be closer than you think. See you soon, Gem Hunter.